Hi guys, welcome back to another book review. So today we're going to talk about Bartered Vows by Alexa Michaels. So this one was an ARC and I actually got to it a day late. Shame on me. We're not even into it. Let me put it this way. I just was not reading my emails all the way through and did not realize, like, I thought I was waiting for another one of her fantasy books, and so I didn't scroll all the way down to realize I actually had a download of this one until like a few days ago. So then I had to rush through the other one I was finishing and then I started this one. But I'm so glad that, so I gotta get better about checking my emails. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I told my husband and my kids, I'm like, I miss stuff, so my head needs to come out of my butt. And yeah, so we're gonna move on for that one. Let's just I'm gonna be more careful reading my emails, because if I had missed this, I would have been bummed. Like I said, I actually have read one of her fantasy books, and it was an ARC as well, and I actually really loved the fantasy book. Like, I'm not gonna tell you, it was a really good. So I kind of I was like, oh, she writes good, so I think this will be good, you know, even though I had not read anything by her like this and had only read the fantasy. This woman, this author, she's got some skills. I'm straight up gonna tell you this. She's got some skills. So we know I struggled through the last Mafia book. I read the Mafia romance book I last read. We know I struggled through like really bad. And it took me forever to get through. And for some reason, like, it just did. And I kind of figured out why, and we talked about that one. So I was kind of like, ooh, do I really want to jump into another kind of, and this one's not necessarily Mafia, but he is a morally gray billionaire and kind of gets into the little crime stuff. So gotta take that into consideration. But I wouldn't necessarily say this is a dark romance, but I wouldn't say it's a light romance. I think it falls in between dark romance. I would say it's a billionaire romance with like a lot of darker elements, but I wouldn't necessarily 100% classify it as a dark romance. But that being said, let's move on from my thoughts on that and my worries. I am so glad I checked my email. I am so glad that I decided to scroll down and actually pull my head out of my butt, because if I had missed this one, I'm going to tell you right now, I would have been so bummed out, because it is so good. Like, it is so good. I devoured it. Like, I finished like 80% of it when I was in bed last night. Like, and then I was like, oh my gosh, I have to get up with my kids in the morning, you know, and get them ready for school and on the bus, even though like I have the rest of the day to myself. I was like, I gotta get them ready for school. I gotta get them on the bus. It's gonna be early. I've got to go to bed. And let me tell you, I forced myself to go to bed, but I finished at 80%, got up. Once they were out the door, my butt sat down and I finished this. And like I said, it's so good. So, super spicy. I think it walks a line. I don't know. It might be considered smut. There is a lot of smutty scenes in it, but yet smut is usually, that is like, I don't know. I don't know if I just rate it super spicy or smutty. But regardless, it's hot. It's super flippin' hot, and it's written well, and it's exciting, and she doesn't lose her plot line, even though it's full of the romance. She never loses her plot line. She never loses, you know, she never gets off track. Like, and those scenes and the tension, and I'm going to be on, the male main character in this is, like I said, so billionaire romance, arranged marriage. So if you're into those arranged marriage, billionaire romance, kind of morally dark, gray male main character, this one's going to be for you. It's an easy read. It's really good. Like I said, I loved it. I really think if this sounds like something you're into, then go ahead and check it out, because it is so flippin' good. Like, I was just in shock at how good. Like I said, I devoured it. So go ahead and check it out. It is available on Kindle Unlimited. She also has a TikTok. If you're interested in some more of her work, go ahead and follow her. If not, that's okay. If this isn't for you, we'll find something that is. But this one, if it is something that you're interested in and is a book you might like, check this one out, because it is